Good day, welcome to Revit 2023 from Martinez Design. This series is continuation of our hotel design. This is series 3, the third part. In this third part, we are going to create the upper floor. So the upper floor, according to client, contain at least rooms, gym area, and some circulations. So what we're going to do here is that we copy everything here, then we paste it up, then we cantilever it. So let's go. So first thing to do is that you click on the wall, right click and say select all, that is select all elements that resemble wall or that have the same compound of wall. So what we do is come to clipboard copy and click on clipboard, go to level 2. As you are here, what you just need to do is say click on paste, the arrow down. Do not click on paste to clipboard, just use on paste on selected or align to current view. So if you use on selected, it's going to have, if you have many many level, it's going to help you and create as many as possible. But since we are limited to level 2 from now, so what we're going to do is that we are going to cancel this and say paste on current view. So our current view is going to allow you to have what you want to. So click on that and see what we have. Are you seeing it? So you have already replicated what you have in level 1 and level 2. So now what we need to do is to cantilever this particular building because of what aesthetic and some space for the rooms to have a functional space as well. So what we do here is that what are the cantilever distance you want to do specified by you. Remember I told you anytime you are doing, always have your engineer at the mind as an architect. So that will allow you to express yourself in detail. So by the time you are having your engineer at mind, you are creating something absolute that by the time you transfer it to your structural engineer, is going to have everything in place and you're not going to stretch. So now the next thing to do is that we want to cantilever this space and create our rooms one after the others. Depends on how many rooms we can actually have in this space. So delete all the internal partition, select, can select all and delete them, but we're doing that one after the other. So all this space I am having, select this and say select all instant invisible, then click on delete. I don't want them for now. I just want to concentrate on demarcating my rooms and give them a befitting. So now I want to work according to the grids to create the rooms. So how will I do? Click on this and say create similar. So at least I have from 1. There's another one. I want to work according to the grid. There's another one. Can create more. Absolutely another one. So close this. So up you're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that is okay for now. Do the same thing at this point. 1, 2, 3. You close this or you just use align this and look for the center line. So you align it to that point. Are you seeing the reflection of the lower level? So that's what is showing there, but does not have anything to do with what you are doing here. So you have that. So you can decide to create one more for the beauty of it. So say move or copy. So copy this and paste it here. So you have the same. So now what you do, extend this, extend that. So you have created something unique in that aspect. So for now I want to now bring cantilever to this side. How much cantilever will I allow or permit? Depends on the size of the room I'm creating. So now let me create something like entrance to the passage. Remember, we are creating staircase at this point because of what we want to have access to the roofs from the upper floor. So here I'm creating absolute passage, that is a lobby to be precise. So I have it there. This is my lobby. Depends on how big you want it to be. When you look at it, 130 is too much for lobby. That's absolute is not going to be a traffic one. So I'm using 1200. Enter. Good. So this one will be of a lobby to what I'm creating. Do not bother about it. This is not a load bearing if you don't have the same line with what's your the lower partitions. So this is not a load bearing. What is carrying load are these joints, the beam that is going to follow all this grid line. Those are the things that will be bearing the load of the build. So don't bother that you are putting that one at that junction. So what next is that since I have it here 120, I need to replicate that 120 so that my room will have enough space of what is doing. So click on this and say 120. 1200, sorry. So let it have it at that junction. So click on and check the measurements. Good. So we're having something unique. I want to do the same thing at this point as well by doing this. Yes. So I want to do something similar here. I want to do something similar here. So absolutely I have done what I needed to do at this junction. What I need now is to bring all those design into consideration. Here, as I'm having it here, use this extension multiple and extend everything that is extendable to the last point. Good. So you can now delete this inner one or make use of it for somebody. For now, delete it. I don't need it. So leave this one. I prefer this coming back on the same grid level. Absolutely okay by me. Drag this to that level. So this one as well, I want to prefer it coming here. Drag this, or no, you know what to do, leave this internal extension. This one will not be necessary since we are having the same room. We are not creating special executive room in that place. So what we'll do, because of this space, I just want to use this for a purpose. So click this. Because of the front, I want a little bit clean aesthetic. So clean this side and create something like veranda. Join this together with this. So this is step by step how to design hotel with criteria. So what you do next is that you create what is the distance. You know, we are using 120. 1200 as a space for 1200. Good. So at this junction, you can decide to drag whatsoever you want to do at that point. Just let me do this way. Say that extend to this. Good. So the extension has reached some certain level. This one is going to be like a veranda or things like that. So I'm having this at this point. And then I have to be breaking them into pieces so that I'll be able to do what I want to do. So here as well, remember what you are doing, that you need to create. Good. Then bring it to, so this space, click here and you have something of saying 120 is your space. Absolutely, that is your what? Veranda. So what you do, extend by bringing them to a minimum space. Now do the same thing here as well. Good. So now you have your space to use. Then click this and extend it up in this. Okay. So fine, absolute design and absolute completion to be followed after. Now since we have this in place, the next thing for us is to now create a beautiful veranda for a main balcony. Beautiful balcony for most of what we are doing here. Click here. So check. So for me, here I want to use the one more space, 1500 will be okay. I think it's okay like that. So 1500 is absolutely beautiful to look to. So I'll create this, mirror it. Good. So you're doing the same thing here. Mirror it. Good. So you do the same thing. Yes, way. To click. Mirror it. So what are you having? You're having absolute design formation. At least you're having spaces being in place and putting them in place it's supposed to be. The next thing is to clear the toilets. Click here. Say okay. I want to have my toilet to this spot. So it depends on the size of the template you are bringing. So what are you doing? Are you using jacuzzi? Is that the requirement of the owner? Or as a designer, what are you preferring to do? So those are the things you have in mind, and just begin to create them. Say 1005, I think it's okay of that level. Now you create this one, you create like, let's say another 1000, let's say 1007. Let's enter. Good. So you'll be having space, or let's say 1007 by 1005, 1007, and center by 1500. Okay, so we have our job here. So what we do now, we mirror this. Mirror this. Mirror this. Mirror here. Okay, that's absolute fantastic of what you have done there. So click this and say delete. Here the rooms must not be bigger than one another, so you create this space for something else, maybe for a clock where there shall be certain equipment be kept. Just place it on the picture, you know what to do, and put it there. So we have in our rooms. So as we have them like that, so we are going to create the same thing at this point. You can bring them by mirror, so it's almost the same pattern you are going to follow, since those rooms are not bigger than one another. So click this. From here you say move this to this place. Good. So remember, we didn't cantilever this side. That's what we do that made mistakes. So you select this, select this, and you click on move. Take from here and move it here. Good. So you have your cantilever in space. So what you do at this particular to select this, select this, select this, and say move them backward. Use these joints. Good. So you have them in place for yourself to use. Move this to the front. Move. Let's follow the line. Good. So what you have is that the same replicate you have there is what you are repeating here. Select this and select this one as well. So the next thing for you to do is that you start doing what? Mirror. You mirror this. Press escape. Say mirror. Absolutely, that is the way you do the sign. You mirror again. Good. So you're having everything in place. This come, and this. Absolutely delete this. This has well been close. So as you have done that, what you need now to do is to mirror the way you are doing here. Okay. So this and say mirror. Fine. These are the things you have created, which are fantastic. So when you look at the rooms, you have absolutely the same function, the same pattern. So here is that you can break this into different, so that you'll be able to align them and be able to create that beautiful function of what you want to do. So you do it this way. So fabulous. The rooms have been created and they are in space. So this is what we have on a level 1. So you can decide now to write and put whatsoever you want to do and put it there. So by the time you are creating more functions here, some room can still come out by the time you are designing this particular place. So now the next thing is to do is to give the space for what? For the gym. And what am I going to use for gym? I'm going to use this particular position to create my gym. So I'm creating this by clicking create similar, and I'm having my gym at the junction. So when I have my gym at that junction, so everyone is going to be doing their gymming here. And since in another building, I would like to have some certain void, maybe properly design around it or something like that. So let's continue first. By the time we do the next, we know what to do. This is how you do your ground floor. Kindly subscribe to this channel if you watch it to this level. Always try as much as possible to watch our video to the end. So the next thing is I want to build and pin doors inside this place. So the door to the entrance are like this. So you do the same thing here as well. But they enter from there. Then they have what? Balcony to themselves. They have balcony to themselves. Balcony to themselves. Good. So the entrance still remains the same, which where the entrance supposed to be. So the door, then the toilets. Put this entrance there. These ones are going to change, the size are going to change later, but just like representation. So you need to follow all these series to the very end to understand what we are absolutely creating. So it's a step by step. If you like, you can skip, but it's not going to be good for your own understanding if you are skipping a video being made. So the best thing is to watch step by step as we are doing it, especially if you are you have not yet become a professional yet. This is good for you. If you're a student of architecture, it's a great beginner that you can learn from. It's a complex design that could be beyond 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom design. So this one will boost your confidence in using Revit. In fact, boost your confidence entirely in design as an architect. So try as much as possible watch this design to the end. It will guarantee you a safe guide towards to modern design and modern developments. So what you do is that you are breaking this into spaces. So now absolute, okay, something is missing. This is what we shouldn't do. Inside the back. Okay, it wasn't a change calculus. So bring this one here. Good. The space we are creating, we give that to its own expression. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. So what we do, we break this. There are so many during the course of mirror. There's so many things we have touched. Good. So you do the same thing here, extending. So it's telling you some character. It does not matter. There are so many methods of working in Revit. So you do that and join it. So the same thing you can do here too. And join this fellow. Drag it backward. Something somewhere. Or return it. I don't know. Click this. It's telling you there's some delete it. So you click this drag it to this point and bring this good. So are you seeing that the shape are coming out and it's giving you architectural feelings? So that's where you work, and the same thing you do here as well. Record this. Do not mind the length of the video. All you just need to do, what you need to grab is much important. So do not skip, as I was saying to you. Always subscribe to this channel if you are new, and join. Drag. Break it. So join. So this one, and leave it, and drag it, so just leave it out. So are you seeing? So click here. I want to bring dot to this because I don't want it to be omitted. So it's going to serve as a equipment keep or stock where the cleaner and everything is going to be keeping their goods. So that is absolutely beautiful. So you extend all this to that joint. So beauty upon beauty. So we are bringing this away from there and join the elements, extend it so good, fine, fabulous and fantastic. So that is how you create the room. So you can annotate them by writing the room. So the next thing is that you don't want to see the lower part any longer. So click here and say click none, let it disappear. So you have your design to yourself. This is gym. This is where another staircase will be. This is another thing. So maybe in future you can design and put a room at this point. It will be fantastic. But for now, that is what we can create on this level too. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Kindly subscribe to the channel as I have said. So see you in the